Imagine going 70 years back where there's no Netflix, no YouTube, no Insta Reels, and no web series. You go to the cinema hall, watch a movie, and when it ends, that's it. Now come back to 2026. We can watch a film from 1960, Korean drama, Bollywood blockbuster, all on the same screen. But entertainment hasn't only changed because technology changed. So today, let's go back in time and see how Indian movies, television songs, and web series traveled from then to now. Let's start with the early decades of Indian cinema. Films weren't simply something you usually watched at home. Going to the cinema was an event, and Hindi cinema developed a very distinct identity around music, drama, romance, and larger than life storytelling. India's first sound film Alam Ara was released in 1931, and music immediately became important to Indian cinema. Before playback singing became standard, actor had to sing during filming. Then came playback. The Bengali film Bhagya Chakra and its Hindi version Dhoop Chhao in 1935 are widely associated with introduction of playback singing in Indian cinema. Now, professional singers could record the song and actor could perform it on screen. That completely changed Indian film music. Let's go back to the classic era. Films like Mother India, Mughal-e-Azam, Guide, Anand, and Sholay weren't just entertainment, they became part of Indian cultural memory. Sholay gave us Jai Veeru and Gabbar. These weren't just characters, they became icons. And then entertainment entered our homes. Doordarshan became a huge part of Indian life. And when Ramayana and Mahabharat aired, families waited for them. Mahabharat, for example, ran for 94 episodes between 1988 and 1990. There was no pause button, no watch later, and often the entire family sat in front of the same televisions. Today, everyone can watch something different on their own phones. Back then, the television brought the families together. Indian cinema has always had a special relationship with music. Think of Pyar Kiya To Darna Kya from Mughal-e-Azam, Ye Dosti from Sholay, Tujhe Dekha To from DDLJ. These songs weren't just background music, they often carried the emotions of the story. Now let's talk about romance. In older films, love was often about sacrifice and destiny. Maine Pyar Kiya, DDLJ, and Veer Zara. And the question, will they finally be together? But modern romance asks different question. Look at Jab We Met, Love Aajkal, Rockstar, and Tamasha. Now we see characters struggling with identity, career, emotional problems, and personal growth. The traditional hero was usually strong, brave, and morally clean. But look at today's popular series Sacred Game, Mirzapur, Breaking Bad. Suddenly, our main character can be criminal or deeply flawed. We don't simply ask, is this person good or bad? We ask, why did they become this way? That's one reason web series feel so different from older films. This is probably the biggest change. A movie has roughly 2 to 3 hours. A web series gives a story 8 episodes or several seasons. That means a character can develop slowly. Scam 1992 can spend time building Harsh Mehta's world. The Family Man can balance a spy thriller with marriage and family. Panchayat can turn something as ordinary as working in a village into engaging story. The extraordinary hero isn't the only story anymore. Sometimes ordinary life itself becomes the story. Streaming removed another barrier geography. Someone in India can watch Squid Game, Stranger Things, and then watch Panchayat. Suddenly, Indian audience won't comparing only Indian films. We were comparing our story with the entire world, and the influence goes both ways. Zindagi Na Milegi Dobara made Spain part of a cinematic dream for many Indian viewers. DDLJ helped create an enduring Bollywood image of Switzerland. Emily in Paris turned Paris into a highly stylish screen fantasy, and K-drama have made millions curious about Korean food, fashion, and culture. Netflix reported in 2025 that 72% of surveyed K-content viewers across 8 countries wanted to visit South Korea. That's the power of a story. It can make you curious about a place you haven't even visited. So, which is better, old movies or new movies? Honestly, neither. Old cinema gives us unforgettable songs, iconic characters, and stories that became cultural memories. Modern cinema and web series gives us longer stories, complicated characters, new perspective, and access to stories from around the world. The biggest change isn't simply in entertainment, it is in us. We changed what we wanted to watch, and story changed with us. From cinema halls to darshan to cable TVs to DVDs to YouTube, Netflix, and OTTs, our screen changed, and somewhere along the way, so did we.